65 people, maybe 50 separate defendants. So we'll see how we're gonna do. We have people in the waiting room. We have an interpreter in the waiting room. We have a lawyer from the Upper Peninsula in the waiting room. And time to get back to work. As I said on Tuesday, I had a wonderful week at Mackinac Island. And it's about as good as it gets. But at some point, you got to come back from vacation. We have a visitor, Tony, here from Chicago, MSU Law School graduate. Took a day to come up here and suffer through this. Deputy Studebaker is here by a special guest appearance today. And he's back with us. And Tazi Marku is here.
I spoke to Mr. George. He said a civil infraction, $100 fine.
All right.
Is what he said on that. So
Thank you, Your Honor, for
Yes.
suggesting that. I didn't realize what it was or who would be involved.
All right, I think we're ready to actually do some business. Let me again say good morning to everybody, but it's time to get to work, so I didn't have a lot of time to let this run. Good morning, Melbourne and Pasadena. Take our summer as we can get it. And my stupid Kramer box isn't working. Every day it's a new travail on electronic. All right, our recorder is on, our live stream is on, and we're ready to get to business. Senor Bayo, we're still in a herky-jerky waiting for our Spanish-speaking defendants. Mr. Galen, do you have any success with your client?
No success with my client, but I did call his co-worker and friend, Ricardo Quiris Torres, and he reached out and called Mr. Amizola's cell phone number, and well, he also used the app, I think it's called WhatsApp, to try to reach out to him, and he did not respond. Mr. Torres did tell me that he absolutely told Mr. Amizola that he had to be present today in person before, Your Honor, and then I'd be appearing via Zoom. And so the long and short is, I have not heard from my client this morning. He did have knowledge. It was confirmed again this morning by Mr. Torres that he did tell the defendant that he had to be before, Your Honor, at 8:30 this morning. And I have no explanation as to why he's not.
All right. Well, our usual practice would be to issue a bench warrant for the 48-hour hold. It's $400 cash or surety bond. And if you can contact him by Tuesday, I guess the warrant won't issue. But he's not here. Fortunately, you didn't have to come all the way here for this. I expected he would simply enter a plea and I'd give him a fine. The case we're talking about is file number 251320ST. Samuel Villarreal Amazola is charged with open intoxicants. Attorney James Galen Jr. is here on behalf of the defendant by Zoom, by special arrangement. And the defendant isn't here. So if he comes in, I will attempt to engage him with the assistance of Mr. Bayo. Otherwise, there's a bench warrant. The bond's $400.
I fully understand, Your Honor.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your UP day, but we'll be down here working away. All right, thank you.
Yeah, if I just may, Your Honor, I spent every single day for the month of July in my office, including Friday, 4th of July, and every Saturday and Sunday, so I could get away up here. So don't work too hard. We have to breathe a little bit too.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we have at least one. Is Victor Hernandez here? Gabriel Villafuerte? Jose Avila Barrera? Not doing very well. Samuel Amazola? Ray Perez Hernandez? All right, do you need an interpreter? No. You don't? Okay. I'll let you know in a minute, Pablo. It looks like,
This is Victor Hernandez.
does he need an interpreter?
I believe so, yes.
All right, who's his lawyer? Jordan, just have him have a seat. All right, we're going to start with the esteemed Anastasi Marcu and his client, Brian Eugene Ford. File number here is 251143SM. Good morning, sir. Are you Brian Ford?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is a charge of domestic assault. Let's go to the case. Jordan, I've got Pablo in here.
Okay.
And I've got the conference room open. If you need interpreter, I can put you in a
I
breakout
will
room.
for 256, Your Honor.
All right, well, let me know. Pablo's on standby waiting for your
Okay,
cases.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to meet Pablo.
All right.
Thank you.
Pablo, I'm gonna open the breakout room. We finally got some customers for you. I'll put you in with Jordan and you can assist her with a couple of clients and then when they're ready to come in the courtroom.
Okay.
And we do have a deputy here today that speaks Spanish, but that's not adequate. All right, let's assign a conference room and the illustrious Pablo Bello to that space. All right, they're talking privately. We're off like a herd of turtles here. This isn't in my queue. All right, the first matter we're going to deal with is file 251143. As I mentioned, it alleges domestic assault. It's alleged that on or about May 9th in Fabius Township that Brian Ford did assault Jennifer Cataldo, an individual he had a dating relationship with. It's commonly known as domestic violence or domestic assault. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The prosecutor has met with your attorney, Mr. Marku, and they've agreed to reduce this to a charge of disturbing the peace. That does happen from time to time. Disturbing the peace is an old-fashioned simple misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. It doesn't have a firearm restriction like domestic assault does, and it doesn't show as an assaultive offense. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to plead to the lesser charge of disturbing the peace?
Yes, sir.
I don't have an advice of right, so let me tell everybody else who's here that if you plead guilty to a criminal charge, you give up your right to have a trial. There won't be a trial. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to have an attorney. You've retained an attorney, and that's fine with us. Could also have asked to have had an attorney appointed. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court, so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you were dating Jennifer Cataldo at that time,
Yes, sir.
and May 9th was a Friday night. And you and she got into an argument.
Yes, sir.
Remember what the argument was about?
Just common disagreements of a relationship.
Your Honor, if I may, they were
Yes.
living in Kalamazoo at the time. There was a argument in the apartment. He said he was gonna leave. She started throwing all of his stuff outside of the apartment. Brian then moved down here. She followed him down there. They had a confrontation outside, and during that confrontation, both of you were yelling and you disturbed the peace.
Yes, sir.
All right, you yelled at her, cursed at her, and threw a
Yes.
bottle of Propel water at her. Who was at this M60 and Dud Road? You just pulled off the side of the road?
Is that what ended up happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, they take you to jail?
No.
Did you go to jail later?
Only once a warrant was issued and I turned myself in.
All right. Mr. Marco, anything else you want me to know about that?
Your Honor, the two of them no longer are together. They haven't been together since essentially that date. There's an ongoing like business disputes and things like that I'm handling on Mr. Ford's behalf. He's having no contact with her. He's doing everything. He's complied with bond, and I'd ask the court to impose fines and costs.
That is the normal procedure when the prosecutor reduces it to a disturbing the peace. A $100 fine, a $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum. $225, 1 day jail credit, 1 day. Can you pay that today, or do you need time to pay it?
If you could give me 30 days.
Yeah, that's the norm. I'll give you till September 1st to pay this. I hate to even say September 1st. 225 by 9, 125. What do you do, sir?
I'm sorry.
What's your occupation?
I own my own tree removal company. Having to hire counsel and take care of other miscellaneous expenses has kind of tapped me out.
There's an electrical outlet on the floor and it stops my chair. All right, there's the envelope regarding the disturbing the peace. You have a new case of a retail fraud in the city of Three Rivers, which is 251397 OM. That stands for ordinance misdemeanor. Let's take a look at that one. You were scheduled to be here for this case, so they set this for an arraignment at the same time. Let me tell you what the charge is. It's alleged that on or about June 9th, about a month after this incident, that you were at the Walmart store. I'll read it the way it's written. Guilty of a misdemeanor civil infraction. Store is open to the public. You altered, transfer, removed, replaced, conceal, or otherwise misrepresent misdemeanor or civil infraction. The price at which property is for sale. Mr. Tim George, the Three Rivers City Attorney, is here, has discussed this with Mr. Marcoux, and he would agree to reduce this to a civil infraction. Is that correct, Mr. George?
That's correct, Your Honor.
As Mr. Marcoux told you, a civil infraction is not a crime. It's like running a stop sign or speeding. It doesn't carry any criminal penalty. You can't go to jail for a civil infraction. And the wise choice of Three Rivers and Sturgis, they have an ordinance of civil infraction for retail fraud. The state does not. Retail fraud is a misdemeanor under state law, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. But the city has a civil infraction where the fine is $100 and there's no criminal penalty. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Says here you took a $16 blue polo shirt that they recovered. You were easy to spot. You had your tree recovery vehicle. Did you take a blue polo shirt from the Walmart store in Three Rivers on June 9th?
Your Honor, he doesn't have a clear memory of this. In fact, when I told him about the incident, we thought it might be a different store, but because he doesn't really go to Walmart, so it might be that you might have to set this, Your Honor.
All right, well, it's a civil infraction. White Chevy Silverado, tree service marking on the side, utility light on the top.
That's his truck, Your Honor.
Yes.
I just want to
Looked up the
admit to it.
debit card and it came back to Brian Ford. Then they watched the video and it matched your picture on your driver's license. All right. Fine, it costs $100 due September 1st.
And I think I'm allowed to admit responsibility on a civil infraction on behalf of the
You
client.
are.
So we'll admit to that just so that he can move forward with this. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yes.
Well, I haven't seen the videos, but it looks like pretty compelling evidence. And Walmart has high definition. I'm not even really sure why we're screwing around with $16.98, but Three Rivers Police Department is the private security force for the Walmart store in Three Rivers. And in the wisdom of the city attorney, they have agreed to reduce this to a civil infraction.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you owe two fines, one's 100 and one's $225. You owe $325 by September 1st.
All righty.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Mark. Was that all you have for me today?
That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much.
All right.
Mr.
thank you.
George's files.
Yes, Tim George is here and he's got quite a few cases assigned to him today. We'll start to address those. Tim, do you have anything that needs an interpreter?
No, sir.
Who'd you like to address first?
Mr. Whisk is just the last retrial, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Wisk, would you come forward? He made me feel really old because not only do I know his dad, his grandpa, but I know his great grandpa.
No,
All right, good morning, Mr. Wisk.
good morning, Your Honor.
You're charged with operating while intoxicated and possibly impaired driving. This is under state statute. Mr. Tim George is your attorney, and we have not resolved the matter. You're asking me to set this for a final pretrial.
That's correct, Your Honor. We need to do a little further investigation on our part, and we'd just like to set it out for final pretrial.
What's the blood alcohol? Do we know?
I think it's a 0.12, Your Honor.
Is there an offer of impaired?
There's an offer of an OWI first. We need to, based on some information I have from my client, I need to double check the prior conviction, but we're also going to get some assessments done in the meantime.
All right, very good. Mr. Wisk, you're good to go. Stay in contact with your lawyer. Are you still at Clet Road, Constantine?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I don't see that you owe me any money, so you're good to go. We'll set that on a Thursday afternoon. Don't yet know when that is, but we'll give you notice of it. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Keyshawn Rhodes. Good morning, sir. This is file number 25111 SD, People versus Keyshawn Rhodes, here with his lawyer, Mr. Timothy George. Mr. Rhodes got charged on a formal complaint alleging that on or about May 11th, he was operating on Frank Jones Road, which is where the cattle dairy farm is, on May 11th while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your driver's license and requires that your license be suspended. It appears the prosecutors agreed to reduce that to a lesser charge of impaired driving. Is that correct, Mr. George?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Which is better for the defendant. Impaired driving is also a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $300 rather than $500. Carries 4 points rather than 6, and most importantly, allows you to keep a restricted driver's license to drive to and from and in the course of employment. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to that charge
No, sir.
or promise you anything?
No.
You heard me go through the advice of rights and you provided me with a signed copy of them. Do you understand that you'll be giving those rights up by entering this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. George, I appreciate the signed advice of rights. It saves me 5 minutes in
Yes, sir.
each case. All right, according to this, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and not much good happens at 3 a.m. on May 11th. May 11th was a Saturday night into Sunday morning. Jimmy Buffett says there's a fine line between Saturday night and Sunday morning. And they pulled you over Leland and Frank Jones Road. Where were you? How'd you happen to be out there?
I was just trying to make it back home to Kalamazoo.
Where were you coming from?
I was sure that I was down at my mom's house.
All right, well, there's a way to get there from there, but it's pretty convoluted. You'd gone off the side of the road. They gave you a breath test and the PBT was 167 and the breath test was 195. Is that true?
Yep.
What were you drinking?
A lot. Beers and probably vodka.
Takes a lot to get your blood alcohol to 0.195. It is a long way from Sturgis to Kalamazoo going through there. Fortunately, you went off in a ditch. Fortunately, you didn't hurt yourself or anybody else. The law requires that I set this for what's called screening and sentencing. So we'll pick a date, probably into September. Vacation season is mostly over. I have to get through conference week. Let's see what works for Mr. George. Oops. October. How about Monday, September 15th at 11? Does that work?
I have status conferences that morning, Your Honor.
No.
I'm open on the 22nd.
All right. That should work, and we'll try to set your cases for 9/22. What do you do, Mr. Rhodes? I think you told me at your arraignment, but I forgot.
Yeah, I'm working at Southern Polymer up in Portage.
Okay.
Your Honor, did you say 10:30 or 11?
11.
Okay.
I do some other ones at 10:30, but I do the drinking driving ones at 11 to give the probation department time to finish this report if needed. All right, if you take the whole day off, you can go to the fair after you get sentenced. Monday, September 22nd is Fair Week. All right, I'm going to send you out to the court office with this, and I'll set you up for what's called screening and sentencing. It's a pretty good plea offer for an accident with a high blood alcohol level. Are you on probation or parole anyplace else?
No,
Are you still at the Angelo Avenue address?
correct.
All right, you're all good. I'll see you on the 22nd.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, we're moving like a herd of turtles here, but all right, let's see who we got next. Tommy Clay Willis.
Morning, Alex.
Good morning, sir. You wore a shirt and tie last time you were here too, which again shows that you respect the process. Are you Tommy Willis?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Willis, similar to the last case, you're charged with operating while intoxicated. You live outside of town here on Truckendiller Road. Once again, the prosecutor has agreed to reduce this to a charge of impaired driving. Is that your understanding, Mr. George?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Willis, did you hear me explain the difference between impaired and operating intoxicated with the last case?
Yes, Your Honor.
It will allow you to keep a restricted driver's license, which is a good benefit. Let's take a look at your case. Mr. Rhodes was not doing too great. Let's see how you were doing. Find it. Yours was also a formal complaint that alleges on or about May 16th that you were operating while intoxicated on Nottawa Road. Affidavit, if there is one. 2:40, again, very late at night. May 16th was a Thursday night into early Friday morning. There was a crash. BAC of 0.192. Similar to the last case, late at night, out in the country, more than 2 times the legal limit. What were you drinking?
Tito's vodka, Your Honor.
With what?
Grapefruit soda.
Where were you going?
So I was intentionally going to the Shell Mart in Centerville, but the power was out. That was a night of a really big storm that hit us. And so I ended up going to Mendon instead. I was picking up a vape, nicotine. I was out. My wife was home with the baby and her sister. And on my way home, I was about to cross the intersection of Butler Road while driving out south on Ottawa Road, and the storm cleanup crew truck cut me off. I hit my brakes and I slid into the field.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't worse than that. Yes, it was a very bad night. We had no power the next day at the courthouse, Friday, May 17th. It was sunny and bright, but we had no electricity in Centerville the whole day. Where do you work?
I work in Mendon at TH Plastics.
Did you have to work the next day
Yes.
in the morning? Ooh, at 3 o'clock at night, you had to get up and go to work in the morning?
Yeah, the previous evening was my grandmother's birthday. She passed away while I was home on leave from Army training.
Yeah, I thought, are you still in the Army?
Yes, I am an Army reservist, Your Honor.
Okay. And I asked you before, does your CO know about this?
Yes, I talked to my first sergeant about it.
All right. Well, we're gonna set this for the same date, 9/22/25 at 11. That would have been a rough shift the next day. I'll ask you the same thing. Are you on probation or parole anyplace?
I'm
And you're in the National Guard,
Army Reserve.
Army Reserve. And where, out of where?
Kalamazoo, right by the airport.
All right, I'll see you on September 22nd. And again, I'm glad you weren't hurt or anything worse. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, Zoe Parker. Well, Miss Parker, you don't seem to have made it into, there it is. It was there. I just couldn't see it. These are all on complaints rather than tickets. Are you Zoe Lynn Parker?
Yeah,
You're from Coldwater?
yeah,
April 13th, you were charged with operating while intoxicated on Middle Coleman Road. Same as the other cases, the prosecutors agreed to reduce this to a charge of impaired driving.
okay.
Mr. George, is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you've been waiting patiently. You heard me go through the advice of rights, and Mr. George had you execute a written one. You understand you're giving up those rights by entering this plea to impaired driving? Is that what you're going to plead to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do, Ms. Parker?
I work at a store
All right, this will allow you to drive back and forth to work at your.
and I have 2 kids, so if I have a restricted license, can I drive to and from like their doctor's appointments and that type of stuff?
Well, that's a good question. If you're in sobriety court, you can. It's less clear with a regular restricted license. I would
But I also
say,
go to school and like daycare.
probably the medical appointments, school and daycare are less clear. There's an exception for, you can request it. I'll leave it at that. So let's see what we're dealing with here. This was 10 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock at night. April 13th, which was a Sunday evening. You were in the middle of the road. And you were drunk and you were a .200. Oh boy. How'd you end up there?
So my mom wanted a ride home. I ended up picking her up. Well, I didn't pick her up. My friend was driving me. He drove me to Bronson to pick her up, and then we drove to her house. And they were fighting, so we drove to her neighbor's house, and then me and her neighbor ended up finishing the bottle that I was drinking, but my My friend was driving the whole time, so, and then he walked away, he went down the road, my friend did. And yeah,
What was in the bottle?
vodka. I don't
I'm
know.
sure it was kerosene, vinegar,
No,
just straight vodka?
I don't remember the brand.
But were you mixing with something or just drinking it out of the bottle?
No,
Straight vodka? All right. What do you, oh, you work at a store. What store?
I work at a dispensary.
Okay. Do you also use,
Huh?
do you also smoke marijuana?
No.
That's unusual. Well, you basically were passed out in the middle of the street. The other two guys went off the road. You didn't do that, but it's a very high blood alcohol level. Sunday night, drunk, straight vodka are all red flags for substance abuse problems. We're gonna do the same thing. We're all gonna be busy on 9/22/25 at 11. We'll do all three of these on the same morning, which will tie up my whole probation department, but all right. Where were your kids when this was going down?
They were at home with my babysitter.
All right, there's a lot of red
I was
flags here.
supposed to be going on a date. That's why I was already drinking, because we went out to eat and we're at the movies or whatever.
All right, well, there's a lot to unpack here. But it's a very high blood alcohol level and you just sort of ran out of steam in the middle of the road at 10 o'clock at night out the country. Fortunately, somebody didn't crash into you. All right, Ms. Parker, I will see you also on the 22nd at 11 o'clock. You take that out to the counter and they'll give you more information.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. We've come to be numbed to high blood alcohol levels. All three of those were 19 and 20, which is, if you look up in the dictionary, it's real drunk. And we're just sort of expect that everybody's gonna, it's 2.5 times the legal limit to drive a car. And this lady passed out. The other two guys ran off the road. We've become desensitized to high blood alcohol levels. All three of those could have been charged with high blood alcohol level, and they were all reduced to impaired. All right, Mr. George, we're on the home stretch here, I think.
Yes, sir.
And all three of those people need a restricted license. This is Andrew Chup. Get her driving record for a minute. Give me a moment. Good morning, sir. Are you Andrew Aaron Chup?
Yes,
Possession of a badger, possession of a uniform badge. It's alleged that on April 17th, you possessed a patch and did exhibit, display, or use a badge, patch, or uniform of the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $100, $500. You got pulled over for driving without a plate. And they stopped you. And then you told the officer you had some badges. And the prosecutor recommends simply fines and costs. You got $1,700 in unpaid fines and costs in other cases. Are you going to plead to this misdemeanor offense of unlawfully displaying a police badge?
yes, sir.
I'm going to give you did they seize the badge? How did you come to possess it?
Found in a dumpster.
A Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety badge. And what about the other one?
It was the same badge.
Other being metallic badge with state of Michigan seal on the center word police. Why did? All right, I don't know what else to say about it. What do you do, Mr. Chubb?
I'm farm work at farm.
Which farm?
My uncle's,
Which uncle?
Anthony, Hernandez,
Okay. How many acres
18.
is it?
I just work for him. I'm shoveling horse shit.
Is it an animal farm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, rather than crops. Okay. You got a restitution hearing coming up in another case. You got the no plate charge. Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this charge?
No, sir.
Why were you driving around with no license plate? That's like something that says, please pull me over.
I just bought that car that day. I
Okay.
just taken it home.
Why did you tell him you had the badges? Thought maybe it might get you some leeway on the ticket.
No, because he asked to search the vehicle and I just told him it was in there anyway. I was. Badges anyway.
Did they take you to jail?
No, sir.
All right. I'm gonna do a $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee. That's $200 plus the attorney fee of $350. You owe a bunch of money. I'm gonna do a payment plan. I want at least $50 per month with other cases. This is kind of a screwy charge, but I'm not exactly sure what you're doing with it, but probably wasn't square. All right, the court officer is going to take you out to the counter. I want you to set up a payment plan with the ladies out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know what's going on with Jordan and the conference room. But, I don't know where Pablo is. But Luke, we can take your cases. Yes.
Coleman.
Normally I'd ask you to remove your headgear, your hat. Probably part of the style here, but in the courtroom, you don't wear a hat or chew gum or sit in your underwear, but you're charged with driving suspended. Let's take a look at yours and no proof of insurance. Driving suspended is under state statute and the no proof of insurance is under Sturgis Three Rivers ordinance. Apparently, the city attorneys agreed to dismiss the no insurance, which will save you $150. If you plead to driving with a suspended license, is that the offer?
Yes, Judge, and there's a no jail recommendation as well.
Yes. Take a look at this. The ticket says you were driving a car on March 10th, Broadway and Constantine in Three Rivers, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No plate. That'll get you pulled over every time. 40 and a 25. That probably will too. Revoked ops, prior conviction, open intox in the vehicle not insured. The more you read, the worse it looks. All they cited you for was driving suspended second and no proof of insurance. So the plea would be to driving suspended first offense, and that's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points and requires that your license be suspended, and the prosecutor is recommending no jail time. You understand?
Mhm.
Other than that, did anybody promise you anything
No, sir.
or threaten you?
No, sir.
Where were you going?
To a friend's house to drop him off.
Where were you coming from?
Kalamazoo.
Well, you don't much care. Driving suspended to Kalamazoo, June 14th of 24. Driving suspended, Grand Rapids, 6/24/24. Driving suspended, no, that other one, June 14th, July 19th, Grand Rapids, 22, Kalamazoo, 20. Driving suspended with a serious injury, 2018. Failed display of valid license, 2018, that's 6. Driving suspended, 2018, that's 7. Gee whiz, fleeing and looting. No valid license, 2015. Jeez. You got about 10, I'd like to put you in jail. You don't give a rip. You're driving too fast. You don't have a plate. You got open intox. You got 10 prior DWLSs and you're taking a friend from Kalamazoo to here. But the plea agreement offer was no jail. Plus, I think we got some bumps on the road here. You failed to appear several times. Did you end up doing some jail here?
No, Kalamazoo, I found it out for 500. All right, 2 days.
All right. How'd you get here today?
I got a ride.
Where's that person?
They want to go get breakfast.
Let's make sure Mr. Coleman didn't drive here today. Are you employed, sir?
Not at the moment. I sell cars.
Showed us driving suspended first. 2 days jail in Kalamazoo before you posted the bond here. I think I've got $500. If you drove here, tell me now, save yourself a lot of grief.
No,
That was very nice of them to go out for breakfast without you. Yeah, I have $500 cash. Let's see if you owe me anything else.
I didn't see anything else, Judge.
Doesn't look like it. All right, a $100 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee, and $150 attorney fee. It's $375. You got $500 of bond. You're gonna get the balance of it back. All right, have a seat for a minute. I want to confirm you didn't drive.
Looking that up right now.
All right, and we'll address Mr. Nelson's other cases. You have a signed waiver of rights. If you didn't drive, we're all squared away. Luke, do you have another one for me?
No, Judge, I have some other things, so I'll come back.
Well, this will just take a minute. Mr. Bush, we got a couple, Angela Richmond. Angela Richmond. Good morning.
Good morning.
A lot of drinking driving cases today because we get almost one a day. Give or take. Let's take a look at yours, Miss Richmond. You got a ticket on January 9th for refusing a preliminary breath test and operating while intoxicated. Had a lot of bumps in the road here, missed court dates and other things, but you're here now. I tried to call you on July 11th when you didn't show up. And then you got a bench warrant. And you called later. And then you came in and we reset it. All right, what happened to the refused PBT? Do you know, John?
That was not discussed, right?
Let's see where that is. It might have got defaulted. Because she missed so many dates. Probably would be dismissed. Yeah, it's shows as a default. We'll find out about the check into the refused PBT. Refusing a preliminary breath test is a civil infraction. It's punishable by a fine only, and when you didn't show up for court on multiple dates, I think the clerk's entered a default on that charge showing that it was entered. Let's see if we can do something with that. All right. You've been here a while. Did you hear me explain the difference between operating while intoxicated and impaired driving? Maybe not. So let's take a minute and do that. To understand that operating while intoxicated is a misdemeanor, it's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 6 points on your license, requires that your license be suspended. In this case, the prosecutor has agreed to reduce it to impaired driving, which is punishable by up to 93 days in jail, a fine of up to $300. It carries 4 points rather than 6. It allows you to keep a restricted driver's license, which is very important to get back and forth to work. You understand?
Yes.
I don't know if you were in here when I went through the advice of rights, and I don't know if I have an advice of rights attached to
Yeah,
this.
this is gonna be set for last pretrial.
Oh, it is? It's not even a plea.
No.
I'm sorry, John. Offer. Defendant declines. Set LPT. I'm sorry, John. I went through all that rigmarole. Jordan's here with 27 cases. Pablo is still in limbo.
I'm gonna snag him if I can.
You need him
Mr.
again?
Victor Hernandez.
Yes?
I
Is
don't
he
know,
here?
Victor Hernandez.
All right. He's probably still in that room.
I'll have to log back in, but yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's still in there. All right. Miss Richmond, let's get back to your case. You're from Vicksburg? Let's see. I don't know why you missed so many court dates. But you're here now. I need to. Okay, John, what was the blood alcohol here?
It was 0.179.
That's about on par with what else we've had today. What do you do, Miss Richmond? I think you told me when I met you at your arraignment. What's your occupation?
Dental assisting.
All right. But we're gonna set a last pretrial where they'll get some more information. The offer is impaired. which is consistent with the other offers made today on these high blood alcohol cases.
There's a few matters to look into, but I suspect that's going to be accepted at
All
the
right.
last pre-trial.
That'll be on a Thursday afternoon at 2:00. And we'll give you notice of that.
She has a different mailing address.
All right, I don't want to put it out here, but you're no longer at Frank Street.
No longer there.
I want you to stop out at the counter and give the clerk your
Yeah.
current address.
Yes, I
And
will.
you're free to go on about your business.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Goldberg walked from the northeast across the street out of camera shot, so.
All right. Mr. Coleman? Apparently your friend didn't drop you off in the parking lot. You walked across the street out of camera range. So if you did drive here, be prepared to get pulled over on your way back to Kalamazoo. So my suggestion is that you don't drive back. But my fear is you drove here and parked off a block or two away. But if you did, they'll pull you over on the way back. So you might want to have somebody come get you if you did drive. But other than that, you're free to go.
Okay. What did you say about the remaining balance?
You're gonna get some money back. So go out to the counter and they'll give you the balance of your bond back.
Okay.
I think it's $125.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nossinger. Don Slater. I think we'll finish these cases.
This will be the same. It's going to be set for last
Last
pre-trial.
pre-trial. Good morning, Mr. Slater.
Good morning, Judge.
We met before, but you got an old unpaid ticket, no valid ops. You paid everything but $20.
Yeah, I know.
So you got $20 on you today?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna set this for a final pretrial on a Thursday afternoon. Are you still at the McAllister?
Yes.
Benton Harbor?
Yes.
Are you drove all the way over here? All right, go pay the $20. We'll clear that one up and then we'll set this one for a last pretrial.
I don't know if there may be a spelling issue. There's only one Alan McAllister. We've been using two. I'm not sure what the court has. Maybe you have it correct.
McAllister.
Yes, exactly. Yes, sir.
All right, one L is in
It's
it.
just one. Yeah.
All right, we got it spelled right.
I've been using two L's. Excuse me.
All right. You're good to go. Set a last pretrial. Defendant to pay unpaid ticket.
Okay.
I'll have you take this out for me. That's file number 241356. We'll close that one out.
Thanks, Judge.
All right, and John Cap, same thing, set a last pretrial.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, Mr. Cap. I expressed my frustration with you the last time I saw you. I don't need to do it again.
Since got my transportation issues resolved with the city, and I've had some shortcomings between now and then.
All right, well, don't do any more dumb stuff, okay, between now and then. I said to you, it's like you just don't care. Every time they see you driving, they're gonna pull you over. And we got two of these, 251254 and 25632 ST. We'll set last pretrials in each cases and we resolve them at some point.
I think.
All right, Mr. Cap, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I believe that
All
covers
right,
it.
thank you. Mr. George, you have more for me?
I have Mr. Wadley. He's in custody.
All right. He's pleading to.
Just as charged, assistant
All right,
ops.
we'll bring him in, get him out of his way, out of your way.
He's on custody for a probation violation, Your Honor, so I did advise him there would likely be time served.
We don't have Ross, we don't have Lori Hines, we don't have Casey Strong. I'm not sure how all that happened. Mr. Wadley is number 8. Thank you, John.
See you this afternoon.
Okay. Let's see how long this will, now what are, these are all Jordans. And we'll do those in a minute. Mr. Wadley has 32 days credit.
And he's on a probation violation, Your Honor. I believe he indicated that he'll be released on the 17th of this month, so he still has a little time.
817 looks like, yes, failed to appear probation violation. Right? Tony, how you hanging in over there? Good morning, sir. You're John Franklin Wadley.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wadley, we've met, but I needed to identify you for the record. I didn't want you to think I didn't remember you. You're charged with no operator's license, which in the scheme of things, of your other problems, is probably the least thing you have to worry about, but it's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Carries 2 points on your license. I represented to your lawyer that I'm going to give you time served for this. You got 32 days credit. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you going to plead to that charge?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to that?
No, Your Honor.
Promise you anything?
No, Your Honor.
To understand that there won't be any trial if you plead to this charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's take a look at this. Now, I asked Community Mental Health to come out and see you at the jail. Have you been connected to the
Yes, Your Honor.
jail? All right, you seem much better today than the last time I saw you. After I saw you, I sent an email and asked the jail liaison to see you, and so you'd seem a lot better. Are you taking medication now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, good. I know your parents were quite concerned too. I find this. There it is. All right, it says here that you were driving a, oh, that's the last lady, darn it. Trying to X these out as I finish them. There's so many things in here. There it is. June 30th, were you driving a car on Michigan Avenue and Silver Street without a valid license?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Remember where you were going?
Oh, yeah, my house. I had my permit, but I didn't have a licensed driver with me.
All right. You understand this may cost your permit for a period of time?
Yes, Your Honor.
32 days credit, 32 days. Waive the fine and waive your attorney fee. With a minimum $125 state cost and crime victims' rights fee. For 2 additional days, which will get swallowed up by the time you're doing. Make this concurrent with the PV, which is file number 24120FY. All right, Mr. Wadley.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Finish your cases, Mr. George.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we have 27 for Jordan.
Wait a minute.
Are we ready to go?
He's going to be a plea. I tabbed in record sheet because I had to talk to him still. He's trying to this way.
All right, let's take a short break. I'll tell Pablo we're gonna start at about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'll take these first batch of files out. All right, I can't even stop the record. This stupid Kramer box, I reset it 4 times. Please stop it. I can't manipulate anything. Pablo, we're gonna take a 5-minute break and then we're gonna go on the record with the cases you've been working on. So thanks for your help.
Thank you.
I'll put you in the waiting room. We'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Back. All right, we left the live stream on. Good morning, sir. Ready to go. This Kramer box isn't working despite 4 attempts to restart it. We've cleared the decks, I think, of other counsel. And Jordan Harden got quite a large number of cases this time. I mentioned to Tim, we don't have Lori or Casey or Ross or some of our other public defender group. Not sure how all this worked out, but maybe they were on vacation at this point. At any rate, we're going to return to our docket here. And we're going to focus on cases with Jordan Harden. We're going to do our interpreter cases first. We would start with Victor Hernandez. Our interpreter, Senor Pablo Bello, has been waiting, and he's also been working, helping interpret off the record. I'm gonna start first off with swearing in our interpreter. Good morning, Mr. Bello.
Morning, Your Honor.
You swear or affirm to the best of your ability you interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish.
Yes, I do.
And would you state your name for the record, please?
Pablo Bello, Pablo.
Buenos días. ¿Es usted Victor Hernandez?
Sí.
Señor Hernandez, you have several charges here.
Señor Hernández, tiene usted varios cargos.
File 251321
El número de expediente 2321
alleges that you were operating a vehicle while you were intoxicated on June 21st.
en esta acusación se alega que usted estaba manejando un vehículo cuando estaba usted borracho junio 21.
File number 251322OT
El expediente 2522COT
says that you did not have a valid driver's license at that time.
dice que no tiene usted una licencia de manejo válida en ese momento.
File number 251322
El expediente 25322
says you didn't have a valid license plate.
no tenía usted una licencia de manejo, una placa en su coche válida.
And file number 251324 alleges that you gave false identification.
El expediente 251234 dice que le dio usted a la policía una identificación falsa.
Ms. Harden, what's the plea offer here?
Señorita Darren, ¿cuál es la oferta que le están haciendo?
Your Honor, Mr. Hernandez is going to plead in file 251321OD, and the remainder would be dismissed.
Su señoría, el señor se va a declarar culpable del expediente 2522OT y los demás cargos van a ser retirados.
Is that per Mr. Reed or per Mr. George?
That's the email from Mr. George.
All right.
Ese es del fiscal, el señor George.
You're going to plead to one charge of operating while intoxicated.
Usted se va a declarar culpable del cargo de haber manejado borracho.
And all the other charges will be dismissed.
Y todos los otros cargos se los van a retirar.
You understand?
¿Entendió, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Operating while intoxicated, we've had about 5 of them already this morning.
Los cargos de manejar borracho, dice el juez que ya ha tenido 5 casos de esos en su juzgado hoy.
It is a misdemeanor,
Es un delito menor,
punishable by up to 90 days in jail
se puede castigar hasta con 90 días de cárcel
and a fine of up to $500.
y hasta con una multa de hasta $500.
That carries 6 points on your driving record.
Si tuviera usted licencia, le pondrían 6 puntos en su licencia de manejo.
And it requires that your driver's license be suspended.
Y si tuviera usted licencia, le suspende su licencia de manejo también.
Are you going to plead guilty to that charge?
¿Se va usted a declarar culpable de este cargo?
Sí.
Yes.
Anybody promise you to get you to plead to that charge?
¿Alguien le prometió algo a cambio de que se declaró usted culpable, señor?
No.
No.
Or threaten you to try to get you to plead to that charge?
¿Alguien lo amenazó para que se declare usted culpable de este cargo, señor?
No.
No.
All right, on June 21st, were you driving a car in Sturgis?
El 21 de junio, ¿está usted manejando un vehículo en Sturgis?
Sí.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Jordan. Okay, so say operating while intoxicated. Where were you going?
¿A dónde iba, señor?
Estaba nomás parqueado ahí.
I was parked there.
All right, it says crash, subject left the vehicle running with his phone and wallet in the driver's seat. He lied about his date of birth and admitted being drunk.
Dice que chocaste y que tenías tu licencia ahí, tu cartera con tu licencia, y que mentiste, dijiste que no estabas borracho.
Sí.
All right, did you crash the car?
¿Usted chocó con su coche, señor? ¿Con su vehículo?
No, estaba chocado el carro.
¿No chocaste?
Sí, con otro señor allí.
Yes, I crashed with somebody else.
All right, had you been drinking?
¿Habías estado bebiendo alcohol?
Sí.
Yes.
What were you drinking?
¿Qué habías estado bebiendo?
Modelo.
Modelo beer.
And Jordan, what was the blood alcohol level here?
Your Honor, I do not see that I have a copy of the report handy, so I emailed Mr. George's office to try to get that sent over to me.
They charge it high blood alcohol level. All right, let me slow down. Your lawyer says she did not yet have the blood alcohol level.
El juez le preguntó a la abogada que qué nivel de alcohol tenías en la sangre cuando te arrestaron. La abogada dice que no, y dice que no tiene el reporte del nivel de alcohol que tenías en la sangre cuando te arrestaron.
We will get that before we do the sentence.
Vamos a obtener ese reporte antes de que te imponga el castigo, la condena el juez, ¿no?
Says PBT was 0.205.
Dice que el nivel de alcohol que tenías en la sangre eras de 205.
So you were just about as drunk as everybody else was today, from between 1.8 to 0.20.
Dice que tienes el nivel de alcohol que toda la otra gente tenía de 0.20.
I have to set this for what's called screening and sentencing.
Tengo que programar la fecha de la condena, el castigo, pero antes te tiene que hacer una evaluación de alcoholismo, dice el juez.
Jordan, are you available Monday, September 15th?
El juez está viendo a veces la sentencia, la condena se hace para el 15 de septiembre, lunes.
What time?
11 a.m.
A las
Yes,
11 de la
okay.
mañana.
What do you do, Senor Hernandez?
¿A qué se dedica, señor Hernández?
Trabajando en una fábrica.
I work in a factory.
Which factory?
¿Cuál fábrica trabaja?
En las papas.
The potato factory.
Okay. I want you to take this out to the counter. I will see you again on September 15th at 11 o'clock for the sentencing in this matter.
Entonces el juez quiere que regreses el 15 de septiembre a las 11 de la mañana para que te castigue, te condene, dice. Eso es todo. Lleva la ventanilla, ese documento te está pidiendo el juez. Ya te puedes retirar.
You signed the advice of rights, acknowledging that you're giving up the right to have a trial. Is that correct?
Firmaste tus derechos y cediste el derecho a los derechos cuando te declaras culpable, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
This could have immigration consequences,
Esto
but so far that has not happened for drinking driving cases.
Esto podría tener consecuencias en tu estado como inmigrante, pero no ha pasado todavía por manejar borracho, dice.
Okay.
I will see you on September 15th.
Entonces, el juez dice que te ve el 15 de septiembre. Ya te puedes retirar.
Está bien.
A ver, thank you.
All right, Pablo, could you pencil that date in for us? I think I'm gonna need your help. We have 2 cases that day.
Yes, Your Honor.
Jose Juan Avila Barrera.
He does not need a translator. Other translator cases, Ray David Hernandez Lopez.
All right, let's do him.
Mr. Hernandez Lopez.
He also has a new case.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Es usted Ray David Perez Hernandez?
Yes.
You're here with your lawyer, Jordan Harden.
Usted está aquí con su abogada, Jordan Harden.
Sí.
Yes.
You got a ticket on June 8th.
Dice que le dieron una multa el 8 de junio.
Sí.
Yes.
See if I can figure this out, Jordan.
Yep.
You were charged with driving with no insurance.
El cargo que le están haciendo es de que está usted manejando sin un seguro de su vehículo.
And file 251052.
El número de expediente 2051.
Have no valid operator's license.
¿No tenía usted una licencia de manejo válida?
Impeding traffic.
Y el otro cargo, estaba usted impidiendo el tráfico.
Your Honor, the prosecutor filed a complaint on July 23rd that includes a count of operating with a forged or false ID.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that included in this? plea
Correct.
offer?
The plea deal is to plead to counts 2 and 3. The civil infraction impeding with the city will be dismissed.
And the false ID 1391 will be dismissed also.
Is that a new file?
It's the same date, July 8th. Let me look at it.
This is somewhat confusing because 251053 was charged as the ordinance no ops, but the state picked it up as
Yes.
part of 251052. So my understanding is he'll be pleading in 251052 to counts 2 and 3, with count 1 being dismissed and the civil infraction impeding traffic being dismissed. All on June 8th.
False ID, yeah, I think this is all part of the same plea agreement.
Is that the new file that you have?
It's contained as count 3 in that formal complaint that was filed on July 11th.
Right,
Okay, I think your plea agreement encompasses it.
okay.
Ms. Harden, would you state what your understanding of the plea agreement is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just give him a minute. Go ahead, Pablo.
Dice que
I've asked her-
el juez le está preguntando que si entendió usted el acuerdo con el que llegó con el fiscal.
Defendant will be pleading in file.
El defendido se va a declarar culpable de este expediente, está diciendo la abogada.
251052 SM.
El número de expediente 251052 SM.
You'll be pleading to operating without a license and operating with a forged or altered false ID.
Se va a declarar culpable de que está usted manejando sin licencia y presentó usted una identificación falsa.
Sí.
In exchange, the civil infraction of impeding traffic will be dismissed.
Y a cambio de su declaración de culpabilidad, le retiran el cargo de impedir el tráfico.
What about the charge of no insurance?
That is also being dismissed as part of this plea agreement.
El juez está preguntando qué hay del cargo de que no traía usted un seguro de su vehículo y la abogada dice que ese cargo también se lo van a retirar.
All right, driving without a valid license is a misdemeanor.
Manejar sin una licencia válida de conducir es un delito menor.
Punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100.
Ese es un delito que se podría castigar hasta con 90 días de cárcel y hasta con $100 de multa.
Driving with a false identification is also a misdemeanor.
Manejar con una identificación falsa también es un delito menor.
punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100.
También se castiga, se podría castigar hasta con 90 días de cárcel y hasta con $100 de multa.
Are you going to plead to those charges?
¿Se va usted a declarar culpable de esos dos cargos, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Were you driving a car in Sturgis on June 8th?
¿Está usted manejando un vehículo en Sturgis el 8 de junio?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you not have a valid license?
¿No tenía usted una licencia de manejo válida?
No.
No.
Did you give the officer a false license?
¿Le dio usted al oficial una licencia falsa?
No.
I believe it was a false name.
Did you give a different name?
Yeah.
All
Bueno,
right.
dio
What name
usted
did
un
you
nombre.
give?
¿Mande?
Excuse me.
What name did you give them?
¿Qué nombre le dio al oficial cuando lo paró?
David Hernandez López.
David Hernandez López.
And that's not your name?
¿Ese no es su nombre de usted?
No.
No.
Do you have a license in another state?
¿Tiene usted una licencia de otro estado, señor?
No, solo de México.
No, my driver's license is from Mexico.
And did you give the officer a false name?
¿Y usted le dio un nombre falso al oficial que lo detuvo?
Sí.
Yes.
Jordan, I'm going to show the pleas in file number 251391, the formal complaint case.
Voy a mostrarle el expediente 25053, dice el juez.
Count 2 and count 3.
Cargo número 3.
This is confusing the way they charge this.
Está confuso de la manera en que le hicieron los cargos, dice el juez.
Did you ever go to jail?
¿Lo metieron a la cárcel, señor?
No.
No.
Would you like to go to jail?
¿Le gustaría ir a la cárcel?
No.
No.
Then stop driving.
Entonces el juez le dice que deje de manejar.
Okay. Sí, lo haré.
They are looking for reasons to deport people.
Están buscando razones para deportar a la gente.
My advice is you try to stay out of the attention of the law enforcement.
Mi recomendación es que se mantenga usted, no le llame la atención de la policía.
In the future. Meaning stop driving.
Lo que significa que tiene usted que dejar de manejar.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and the no operator's license.
No tenía usted licencia de manejo tampoco.
No.
That is a $100 fine.
le va a dar una multa de $100 por este cargo.
$325, excuse me, $125 in state costs
125 gastos del Estado
and a $150 attorney fee.
y $150 para pagarle a la abogada. Okay.
That's $375.
En total son $375 de multa.
Fine for the false identification is $100.
Le va a dar $100, $100 de multa por haber presentado una identificación falsa al policía.
So the total that you owe is $475.
En total son $475 de multa, señor.
Can you pay that today or do you need time?
¿Puede usted pagar hoy o necesita unos meses para pagar, señor?
Pagar hoy.
I'm paying today.
All right.
Muy bien.
All right. Again, my advice is that you stop driving. You
Mi
can get
recomendación
more.
es que deje usted de manejar.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't need that. He's gonna pay now. What I would ask you to do is take him out. And you can pay the fine. And then he's free to go.
Solamente pague la multa y ya se puede ir, señor. O sea, vaya a pagar la multa a la ventanilla y eso es todo.
Wait a minute, Joe, this goes with it too. All right, Jordan, does that complete our need for the services of our interpreter?
It does, Your Honor.
All right, Pablo, it was a long morning. I do appreciate your help. You helped us with about 5 cases.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
If you pencil in that September 15th date, I need your help for the sentence too.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we're back to regular time. It takes 3 times as long to do everything through a translator. And I apologize, it just does. Julian Ellsworth Marquez.
Your Honor, I do have a couple of cases that are set for last. I didn't know if we could
Yeah,
make records on them too and release them.
sure. Just have a seat, sir. Gabriel Villafuerte Ramirez. Fourth. Right up to the podium, if you would. Good morning. This is file 251102. In this case, you're charged with operating while intoxicated. And your lawyer is asking for more time to work on this case, so we're gonna set it for a final pretrial on a Thursday. Are you still at Parkway Street in LaGrange?
Yeah.
All right, you're free to go. We'll set a final pretrial. I can't tell that you owe me any money. I always try to remind people of that. But you're good to go, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Stay in contact with your lawyer. Maya Black. Good morning. I met you at your arraignment Are you Maya Leah Black?
Lean, yes, sir.
You told, I did the same thing last time.
Yes,
so
sir.
when you did-
Sorry.
You're charged with driving with a suspended license.
Hmm.
Jordan, what's the status here?
Your Honor, she's suspended on a civil judgment.
Oh, boy.
She did file a motion today, or is in the process of working on filing it today for installment payments. We're hopeful that with time, if she can get that set up, the prosecutor and I can reach an agreement that won't further suspend her privileges. And hopefully, if she does get that set up, the plaintiff in that civil judgment will lift any kind of lien or hold on her license so she can get that reinstated. So the plan is set it out, see what she can get paid on this judgment, and then hopefully we can work out a resolution.
Very good. One time there were 31 ways to get your driver's license suspended. There's probably more than that now. One of the most difficult is when you get sued and the party seizes your driver's license. The Secretary of State didn't do it, a private party did it. They're very hard to get unsuspended, but it does happen. So you're working on that. Are you still at the River Street Apartment 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. You stay in contact with your lawyer and good luck lifting that suspension.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. McLaughlin is also set.
Yes, Timothy Raymond McLaughlin. This is file number 251049. Mr. McLaughlin, you're charged with driving suspended. You got multiple prior ones. Let's see how much you owe me, if anything. Order. I don't see that you owe me anything. You're working on resolving this one?
Yes, Your Honor, there's no offer at the current time. We're just asking for additional time for me to continue negotiations with prosecuting attorney.
All right, one thing they could do is they could amend it up to driving suspended second. How'd you get here today?
I got drove.
Where's that person?
In the car.
Out in the parking lot?
Yep.
All right, let's make sure he didn't drive here. It's boring enough sitting in here. At least they can listen to the radio out in the car. Are you still at Thomas Street?
Yep.
All right, let's make sure he's got a driver. But I will set this for a final pretrial on a Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're good to go.
We don't know yet. We'll send us the date now.
All right, is that the last of those?
I believe so. Everyone else is going to be a plea or is a no-show.
All right, let's keep plowing away.
Oh, sorry, I have one more. David Traddles. I apologize.
David Traddles?
Correct.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is David Richard Traddles, also charged with no valid operator's license. Again, you're working on resolving this one.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Traddles has been corrected with the Secretary of State. They require some information from his medical provider. Once we have that, hopefully we can get this straightened out and get a resolution.
So you got a medical issue?
No, it's for me, not the reason why I don't have my license. Is they want me to have a full physical to make sure, and it's been so long.
All right.
So they just want me to have a full physical done by a doctor.
All right, well, that gives your lawyer some wiggle room here to try to resolve this to help you get your license back.
Yeah.
Are you still at Fisher Lake Road?
Yep.
You know, just down the street from me.
Yeah, I know.
So don't drive past my house.
I got you to get here.
Have somebody else drive it, okay? You got $475 of unpaid fine on a use of a controlled substance. Are you paying on that?
Yeah, I've been paying on all my fines and costs off.
All right, looks like you're on a payment plan.
Yeah, I thought I was paid. I thought I was all the way paid off.
No, stop out at the counter and see the ladies out there regarding that.
Okay, okay.
All right, otherwise you're good to go.
I think
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, now I think that was my last.
All right. What?
You're doing a plea, right?
He does want to come back in. Did he drive? Does he have a driver?
Joe's with him. I don't know if he's got a driver or not. I suspect no.
Yes, I don't care whether he refuses. Tell him I want to speak to him.
Say that again, sir?
Tell him I want to speak to him.
Okay.
Yeah, just come up to the podium for a minute.
We checked both sides. There's no car out there waiting for him.
Okay.
And at the point I tried to get him to come back in, he was gonna refuse.
Okay.
Was not refusing. I just don't understand why I can't go if Roy's not out there.
All right. Return to the matter of Timothy Raymond McLaughlin, file number 251049. Mr. McLaughlin is charged with driving suspended, has multiple previous driving suspended, and the court has a strong suspicion that he drove to court today and lied to me about it.
That's crazy as heck.
All right. All right. You indicated you had a driver waiting out in the parking lot. And that person apparently isn't here. Who brought you here?
My girlfriend,
All right, what's her name?
Danielle.
All right, where is she?
She's probably getting something to eat. Been here since 8:30.
Yeah, it's a long morning. All right. If you are still driving, it makes anything your lawyer's trying to do for you very difficult. And it makes it likely that you're gonna go to jail. And they don't let people be trustees and mow the grass anymore, so stop driving if you are. If you're not, don't worry about it. I have a suspicion, both in the way you said it and the way things played out, that you don't have a driver waiting for you. So you have a seat, and when your girlfriend comes to pick you up, you can go with her.
Can you watch the cameras
Yeah,
as it pulls up then?
you can wait out there.
Perfect.
All right.
Security, this person is supposed to be sitting outside, unable to leave. By outside, I mean in the hallway.
All right, sir, you've been waiting a long time. I'm going as fast as I can. And this is file number 251108 SD, People versus Julian Ellsworth Marquez. That's you, sir?
Yeah.
You and I, this is deja vu all over again, because I just did this in January, but you're charged with driving while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail. Actually, you're charged with a high blood alcohol level, which is punishable by up to 180 days in jail, fine of up to $750, 6 points on your driver's license, and the suspension of your driving privileges. Yes. There it is. It's alleged that on April 20th, you were driving at Edgewater with a blood alcohol of 0.10% or more. Jordan, what's the plea offer here?
Your Honor, the prosecuting attorney has agreed to dismiss all charges in exchange for a plea to OWI as a first offense.
All right, so reduce it as a possible second. And reduce it to an OUIL first.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah.
Repeat that. He did not.
Other than that, anybody promise you anything
No,
or threaten you?
no.
Stand by, I was on that, Judge. It was verified on camera. He did not drive.
Okay, he's free to go.
117, you can leave.
All right, you did give me an advice of rights. I'm giving those up by entering this plea. What were you drinking?
Beer and a little bit of liquor.
Fight in the parking lot. Another girl got arrested. Well, this affidavit doesn't even apply to you. It's about some girl named Alicia Sanchez Wilson.
She's listed in the report, Your Honor.
I think they put the wrong affidavit of probable cause in here.
There were several people. I believe one of the witnesses is on a probation right now.
What was your blood alcohol level?
I'm not sure.
He refused a breathalyzer. They did a blood draw and it was 0.24.
Oh my. Are you still on probation on the January case?
I'm not on probation for that.
All right. Well, there's a lot of red flags here. You got arrested, you got sentenced in January, you got arrested in April. Your blood alcohol's 3 times the legal limit. How old are you?
22.
Boy, that's scary. Jordan, we set you for September 15th. Does that work for this also?
Yes, Your Honor.
We got some serious exploration to do here. One option is to give you a big giant jail sentence. Another option is to figure out what we need to do. I don't think you're mature enough for sobriety court, but this is scary stuff. I want you to take this copy out to the counter. We're gonna do the sentence on September 15th at 11 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. McWatters. Have a seat there with your lawyer.
Your Honor, Mr. McWatters had indicated earlier today that he was interested in taking the plea offer. He did call to me from the galley and indicate he's not so sure on that now. He unfortunately wants a guarantee on no jail, and that's not something I can provide.
Well, let's talk about it here for a minute. Let me finish with Mr. Marquez. Mr. McWaters, you and I go back a long ways.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been here a number of times over the years for one thing or another. But the law has changed. There's a presumption that the court is supposed to enforce or accept, that there's a presumption that it's not a jail sentence. I don't always agree with that. In fact, very often don't. But the court has to start with that presumption. I don't know what you did yet until you tell me. The complaint alleges that on or about November 8th, you stole some food from the Eagles Club. I would contact that as not the crime of the century. You also destroyed a metal can that belonged to the Eagles Club. What is the plea offer? Plea to larceny and dismiss the,
Correct, plea to larceny under 200 with the dismissal of count 2.
I think you did some jail. You got arrested on the 27th. You posted. You did 1 day in jail. So that sounds about sufficient for me. The affidavit says that you took $121 worth of stuff out of the freezer, which is more than a little bit. Said you don't remember it.
I don't remember that.
All right. Well,
I do remember.
all right. Okay. I'm gonna order that you pay restitution.
Yes, no problem.
And all right, so are you willing to plead to the fact that you stole $121 of food from the Eagles Club?
Yes, yeah.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No,
Or promise you anything?
no, yeah.
And I will say, Your Honor, in discussing this with Mr. Robert, his office was not taking any kind of position on additional jail time, so we would ask for time served and fines.
I do have $100 of cash bond. That'll go a ways to paying the restitution. Did you give me an advice of rights on this one?
Yeah, I didn't just go and steal the food. There was something behind it. So
All right, what was behind it?
the day before, I've been homeless and staying in a homeless camp behind Walmart. The St. Joe County Sheriff's Department came over there and as my witness, my mother was there too. I spent $170 on groceries and they threw it in the garbage. They threw everything I owned in the garbage. So there's, I don't know, 10 people that are hungry. Everybody's hungry. Everybody's got their food through in the garbage. And that's why I did that, because we were hungry. I know it's not right and my thinking was wrong, but we were hungry.
All right. Where are you living now?
I'm still homeless. I'm getting ready to leave the state, I would hope, and go to Arkansas where my daughter and grandkids are.
Do you have any source of income?
I work, I do pre-work here and there. So I don't make a lot of money, but I survive. So.
All right. You've got an old unpaid traffic ticket also.
I never knew that. I thought my dad paid it before he died.
1-7 failed to display a valid license. All right. Who posted your $100 bond?
My mother did.
Can I apply that to his fines? I'll call it 2 days, jail credit 2 days. Fine is 0. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee.
Would you waive the attorney fee, Your Honor?
I guess so.
Thank you.
And a $121 restitution to the Eagles.
I'll pay that right away. We'll do it right on.
125 plus 121, yes, 246. Minus $100 bond is $146. Defendant also owes $200. Put you on a payment plan.
Thank you.
There was also a cut to the chain and a padlock. Let me see if there's a restitution request in here. I want to make that $150 to the Eagles Club. So that's $300. $275.
That's a grand total, Your Honor, of what I owe.
You owe $175
I'll
plus
get right on to
$200.
it. I never knew I owed the 200 because they took my driver's license. And,
Yeah, you got them. One of the reasons.
and then they gave it back to me though, so I thought my
They
dad
changed the
paid it.
rules. You used to couldn't get your driver's license until you paid your fine.
Right, that's what made me think my dad had paid it before he died and didn't tell me.
No, that's unlikely. All right, well, I want you to go out to the counter and set up a payment plan for all of this.
I will, and I'll pay it real quickly.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, man.
All right, Mr. McWaters, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
They're gonna hand it on to-
No.
You're very welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, how about if you don't come back for a while?
I've been trying to stay away.
I can. You won't do it right now.
I know, Judge, when you guys are on a schedule, we need them back at a certain time.
No, no. They're here till then.
Okay.
Stephanie Vine. Good morning. You're Stephanie Ann Vine.
Morning.
You've been waiting here a long time. It's been a long morning for all of us. The allegation is that you committed a domestic assault. So Laura.
Okay.
And Clarence. I think, did you take it out? Clarence's file?
He was handed something, maybe he has to file.
Oh, I shouldn't have handed it to him.
Oh,
I'd never do that, but
he had a big packet, so,
I gave him the file by mistake.
okay.
Yeah, you don't give the files to the defendant. I'm losing my focus. All right, Ms. Fine, we talked about this at your arraignment. You're charged with assaulting Danica Struckman, a resident or former resident of your household.
Yes, sir.
The prosecutors agreed to reduce that to a charge of disturbing the peace. They did one of these earlier today. Disturbing the peace doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it, but was there a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in a public place? You posted a $200 bond.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, Your Honor, I'm just trying to get to work right now, and this is taking forever, and I'm already late.
I'm sorry. Where do you work?
American Axle. I've been working overtime to provide for my family.
Very good. All right, tell me what happened that day.
I was at work, I was coming home, and my stepdaughter's boyfriend at the time, belittling me on the phone and stuff, and I know she had everything to do with it because she always knows, and he kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and I gave her 30 days to get a job the day before. She didn't even try. Because I was trying to be nice to her. And then when he went off on me, it brought back my childhood memories of when I was bullied. And I just couldn't take it anymore.
This is your stepdaughter?
Yeah.
Are you all still in the same house?
No.
How long were you in jail?
One day.
One day jail credit, one day. Who moved out, you or her?
She did.
So this is your house on Garfield Court?
It's a house that me, my mom, my stepdad, and my white friend. I'm helping him get through his cancer treatment.
Those are very expensive houses out there. It's a nice neighborhood, close to work.
Yes.
All right.
Your Honor, if possible to waive an attorney's fee in this one too.
You've earned it. She works at American Axle. She can afford to pay the attorney fee. $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, and $150 attorney fee. That's $350. You've applied $200 of bond, so you owe $150. I'll give you 30 days to pay that. Can you pay that by September 1st?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you need more time, just tell me.
I've just been taking care of, Steve McMaster. I take care of him because of his cancer treatment, and you're gonna make me pay even more.
Yes. I The actual cost of your lawyer was much more than $150. You have a full-time job. You posted a $200 bond.
Well, I didn't have a choice because I had to get back to work, sir.
All right, well, you've got 30 days to pay that and you're free to go. Mr. McMaster's, good luck to you.
Sure.
Is it possible to Maurice Kelly, Your Honor?
Yes, Maurice Kelly. You getting ready to go home? Yeah, you've been sitting here all
I
morning.
know, hey, for the first ones here, I'm trying to.
All right, this is People versus Maurice B. Kelly. File number is 251121.
Correct, Your Honor.
This is People versus Maurice Darnell Kelly. File number is 251121. Mr. Kelly was charged with carrying a firearm without a license and reckless use of a firearm. The defendant is going to plead to count one, obtaining a pistol without first obtaining a license, which is a 90-day misdemeanor, $100 fine, and requires forfeiture of the weapon. The charge of reckless use of a firearm will be dismissed. Is that your understanding, Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
Your Honor, just for the record and for Mr. Kelly's knowledge, he does have some traffic tickets. You can go to the county and take care of those today. They have not been defaulted, so you can go address those today.
Let's see what we got here.
Just go to the county.
We got a couple of civil infraction tickets.
Yes,
All right,
he knew
good.
those were out there. And I didn't get any notice of those. He had asked about those today, so I asked, she said that they're at the counter. He can go take care of those today. He has not yet been defaulted on those, so.
All right, Mr. Kelly, other than this plea agreement, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
Say again?
Anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this
No,
or threaten you?
no.
And you got into it with your neighbors.
No, it wasn't my neighbor.
Oh,
It was-
who's Brian Hodges?
No, that's not who it was. It was Joe Stewart, which
Yeah.
I had
Well,
a
Brian
restraining order
Hodges.
against him
It was a,
in
all
the
right.
past.
According to this, you pulled out a gun and cranked off a round. And you had the gun, a .357 Mag Ruger. But it was not registered and you didn't have a license to purchase it.
Just came to my house and threatened me.
Okay, I don't even disagree with it, but you gotta have a. I got a $500 cash bond. Did you spend it one day in jail?
Yes.
That was no fun. What was this about?
He came to my house and trying to extort $1,200 from me. Previously, he had already tried to kick in my door with a machine gun and broken my right arm. Then he comes to my house and trying to extort $1,200 from me, and if I didn't give it to him, he's gonna kick my teeth in.
Who is he?
Joe Stewart. I had a restraining order put on him 2 or 3 years ago, and he comes to my house and threatened to kick my teeth in my house. And then on top of that, since this incident has happened, he's been to my house in my driveway, sitting in the car on 2 occasions.
Why is he mad at you?
There's property, my mother-in-law owns property, he wants me to pay for it. And I told him I'm not paying for it. I don't own it. It's not my house. My name ain't on the deed. I don't pay no taxes there. He want me to pay for everything over to give him $1,200. I said, if I owned it, I would do that. But I don't own that. So I told him I ain't doing it. So he's gonna try to make me do it.
Well, fine here is $0.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $150 attorney fee, $275. You got $500 of bond. I'm gonna give you the balance of your bond money back.
Your Honor, he had inquired, depending on the cost of those tickets, can that remaining bond be applied to those tickets?
Yes, when you go out and talk to the ladies, you can apply some of that to the fine, and the
Thank you.
firearm is forfeited. I don't have any discretion in that.
Thank you.
I don't know if we have an open warrant for Joseph Stewart.
I think I need another restraining order. It's been
Well,
back
it
to my
sounds
house
like-
twice since then, in my driveway, since this incident.
Well, I would encourage you to get one. You got one before. He's got a couple unpaid traffic tickets, but it doesn't look like we have a warrant for him.
And he has 2 guns legally. And he's legally insane. That's what I understand. If he's legally insane, how can he have license to have 2 guns?
I can't answer that one.
Just make sure your report set to the wrong person.
All right, if you go out to the counter, you can talk to the ladies about that ticket.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't want to have something go haywire over in your neighborhood. You're generally a peace, law-abiding citizen.
I'm mad at my own business, staying at home, not messing with nobody.
Well, I would encourage you to get another PPO. All right, I was court officer, take you out there and deal with those other matters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We still got a ways to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have only 5 left.
What did we do with Jose via Barrera?
He's gonna be a plea, Your Honor. You had called him earlier, but he does not need a translator, so.
I just want to say this, your sobriety course.
I saw you back there. I wonder how you're doing. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful.
I'm gonna-
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's good to see you.
You take that.
Yes, she completed my program and did a great job. So it's nice to see her.
A very nice couple.
Yes, I don't know what's going on there. Good morning, sir. You're Jose Juan Avila Barrera.
Yes.
You're charged also with operating while intoxicated. The prosecutors agreed to reduce this to a charge of impaired driving. You understand the charge? You understand the charge?
Yes.
We did several of those today where it was reduced from operating while intoxicated to impaired. In that one, it's punishable by up to $300 fine, up to 93 days in jail. 4 points on your driving record and will allow you to keep your driving privileges for restricted purposes to and from work, school, court, other limited purposes. You understand?
Yes.
Find your file here. You got a ticket on June 21st in Sturgis at 7 a.m. for operating while intoxicated. It says your blood alcohol was a 0.12. Where were you going?
Well, I was supposed to be going home, but I went to the car wash to wash off the truck. And
Had you been out all night?
not out, but I was at a ranch with one of my buddies.
What were you drinking?
Beer.
How much you think you had?
Mm, 24 with my buddy and just us two.
So you split a 24
Mhm.
case, okay. Not that you drink
No,
24,
no.
okay.
Well, 12 beers could get you to a 0.12. What do you do, sir?
I work at a factory in Sturgis, Solid Polymers.
Jordan, I don't know how many cases we set for the 15th, but let's set this one on there also.
I think we're only at 2 and I
All right.
assumed that we would just set all of these sentencings
Yes.
for that day, so. Perfect.
All right, take this out to the counter. And I will see you on September 15th at 11 a.m. All right, we're still plugging away here.
We could be done by noon.
Yes, that's the whole. Darren Yoder.
This morning, Your
I'm
Honor.
doing okay. This is file number 251128, People versus Darren Randall Yoder. Mr. Yoder is charged with operating while intoxicated as a first offense in this file and in 1129 with driving suspended. Defendant's going to plead to OUIL first and dismiss the driving suspended. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, let's take a look at your ticket, Mr. Yoder. File number on the operating while intoxicated is 251128. Operating while intoxicated as a first offense is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. They say that this happened at 2:53 in the afternoon, right here in Centerville.
No, sir. It happened at Taco Bell in Sturgis.
At or near Industrial Parkway, Centerville.
That could have been the driving suspended ticket.
Let's look at this
Maybe.
one.
Yeah.
OUIL and DWLS.
Yeah, this happened June 15th in Sturgis.
Well, I got the wrong spot.
Yeah, I was moving from one parking spot to another. And yeah,
All right. We'll figure it out. What was the blood alcohol?
He did a breathalyzer on scene, blew a 0.38.
yeah, it was a high blood alcohol. To be perfectly fair, I was in the middle of drinking a beer and I set it down and I went to move the vehicle over to where I set my beer down at. Because normally I'm a passenger in the vehicle. It was my fiance's car and she was at work. And so I went to move the vehicle into a shadier spot and
All right, well, we'll sort it out.
The blood draw was 0.35.
All right.
yeah, it was definitely high. I'm not discounting that at all.
All right, well, we'll find out more about it. Jordan, we're gonna have to use a different date.
Oh, okay.
I can't do 4 on the same day. I only have 3 probation officers. September 29th, does that work for you?
I can do that at 11.
Yeah, we'll set anything else we need to do there.
That might be the only one remaining with a delayed sentence, Your Honor.
What were you drinking? Beer?
Beer.
That's
Yeah, by all means.
That's a pretty high blood alcohol level for beer, but we'll see.
Well, that's what I was gonna explain is, I normally drink, obviously not now, but, between 4 and 6 tall boys, but I sip them all day long throughout the day. And then if I still have one left over in the middle of the night, I might wake up, roll over and take a couple of sips, go back to sleep. At that particular time, I had 2.5 beers roughly, but that's not including the, throughout the night type
Yes,
thing.
what was in your system?
Yeah,
They have to take you to the hospital at 0.32.
yeah, they had a blood draw.
All right, we give him that, take that out to the counter and the ladies will give you some more information, but I will see you on September 29th at 11.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you, Your Honor.
See you in about a month and a half, okay?
So
Well, I guess like 2 months, really.
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay.
I'll get ahold of you with my phone number, so that way my phone got shut up.
Yeah, I think you left a number.
I left you.
Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're working on it here.
Ms. Holmes is my last out of custody.
All right, Janasia Holmes.
Have to tell us how to say
Janasia, I'm sorry. All right, so this is a charge of driving suspended, Janasia Holmes. File number is 18211 South River Road, Three Rivers. And there's also a retail fraud civil infraction. According to this, they're gonna dismiss the charge of driving suspended. And you're gonna plead to no valid operator's license, is that correct? And that's a misdemeanor, but a small one. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fine of up to $100, and it carries 2 points. It does go on your driving record. The other charge, we'll talk about that one in a minute. So let's take a look at this, Ms. Holmes. Are you trying to get your license back?
Yeah. She's been working with the Secretary of State and Kalamazoo to do that.
This will go on your driving record, do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna give you a fine, but were you driving a car in Three Rivers at 1:28 in the morning,
Yes.
This is from 2021.
1921? 2021. Yeah, you were AWOL for a while. We got bond money in here and sort this out. Was your license suspended way back at that time?
At that time,
Was it?
yes.
All right.
it was.
Well, they gave you a PR bond.
I apologize, I have Mr. Swinehart too on bond.
Mhm. I've taken all of this for years. Yeah, picked up in July, finally. Did a day in jail. Are you still at the River Road address? All right. On the no ops, I'm going to. One day credit, 1 day. $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and $50 state minimum fee. $200, the fine goes to the city of Three Rivers. Give you 30 days to pay that by September 1st. Are you working someplace?
Yes.
Where do you work?
TH Plastics.
All right, very good. The good news is this case from way back in 2021 is resolved. All right, there's the fine on the first case. Judge Pattison came in this morning thinking he had the last pre-trials. But I had cut my vacation short by a day because I didn't want to stick him with 50 last pre-trials. So he said it was like Christmas. But we're working on it. All right, Ms. Holmes, you also got charged with a retail fraud in the city of Three Rivers, which they've agreed to make a civil infraction. It's alleged that you were at the South Main Shell and stole some Captain Morgan on November of last year, 2024. It is a misdemeanor punishable by a fine of up to $500 and not more than 90 days in jail, but they've agreed to reduce it to a civil infraction where the fine is $100. Are you going to plead to that charge?
Yes.
Maybe more knowledge, right?
Yes, acknowledge. You don't plead guilty to a civil infraction. You simply admit responsibility. Jordan, frankly, I intended to put the attorney fee on this case, but I didn't realize it was a civil infraction. So I guess she's gonna skate on her attorney fee.
I think she's got a lot going on here on her
Yes.
desk that the court.
She's also got an old unpaid booking fee, which I'm not gonna lose too much sleep over right now.
Yep, she's working hard to get this all straightened out, so.
All right.
Thank you.
Did you go on South Main Shell on last November and take a bottle of Captain Morgan?
Yes.
All right. What was up with that?
I was very intoxicated when I did that. Actually, that night I did not even recall the happenings until an officer showed up. And we spoke about the situation.
Well, I think they have a video of it, but that one's a civil infraction. It's not a crime. Joe, $100. Also by 9/1 of 25. All right, that takes care of both of these, but all your stuff's due by September 1st. All right, Mr. Swinhart, we're finally up to you.
Yeah.
Morning, Ron.
Good morning, sir. Jordan, what are we gonna do with Kelly and Burns? Are they in custody?
They're in custody, they're both police.
We'll have to summon them up. It's probably, is it lunchtime?
We are.
Are these guys out here in the back?
Yeah, they're,
Oh, shit, I didn't know that. I would have done first.
they're both been in for quite a bit of time, so
I
my
see
hope
that.
was they'd be released
Why don't you
today.
go ahead and bring in Mr. Kelly? They're having prime rib and shrimp today, I think. They're missing lunch.
Well, then I'm going there for lunch.
We used to be able to eat lunch at the jail
Yeah.
back before Jordan was born. It was $1. And lunch was better back then. Mr. Swinehart, we're gonna try to take care of everything you got here.
Yes, sir.
Jordan, I think we are gonna finish about 11:59.
19 people, I'll take it.
That's pretty good. We will have, let's see. 13. Swinhart is 50. This is file 251179, People versus Ryan P. Swinehart. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Swinehart, you're charged in this case with domestic assault. They've reduced the charge to disturbing the peace, and you have provided me with a copy of the waiver of your advice of rights. Disturbing the peace is an old-fashioned simple misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to that
No, sir.
or promise you anything other than that?
No, sir.
Complaint says that on or about June 21st, you assaulted Gisela Gonzalez, someone you had a children in common with. And that's the original charge. Disturbing the peace is not a domestic assault. Doesn't require a firearm restriction. It doesn't show as an assaultive offense. Now, 4 o'clock in the morning, nothing good happens at 4 o'clock in the morning.
No,
I get a call. You guys had been drinking.
No, I was at home. She came back drunk.
She was drinking and
With the kids. I was at home sleeping with the kids, and she came back at 4 o'clock, and actually it was like 3:50, and we started arguing. And
then you threw some water in her face.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's
Court
certainly
decision.
sufficient for disturbing the peace.
And I believe Ms. Gonzalez is on probation until 0.15 that day, so that does support his version of events.
I got arrested, and she was left.
Well, she got arrested later, I think, but yes.
That was a different incident, pretty sure.
Are you guys still together?
It's complicated, Your Honor.
Do you still live in the same house?
Well, she has an apartment over at Edgewater. I have the kids.
Yeah, it is complicated.
She wants to be Miss Independent, but can't even support me and the kids. I mean, it's not even me that needs support, it's the kids, because I struggle barely even feeding them. I get them fed, but it's kind of stressful not even knowing if, like, I had to ask my grandfather for diapers.
How old are the kids?
My daughter's about to be 4, and my son's about to be 2 in November.
Yeah, that's a lot. $75 crime victims' rights fee, $75 fine, and a $50 fine, and a $150 attorney fee. $350, you posted $200 of bond. I think it's a 10% bond. So 180. You owe 170. I'm gonna put you on a payment plan. 1 day jail credit, 1 day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, we got another thing we need to deal with.
I was unaware I had a show cause as well.
Except for this morning on failing to go to the victim impact panel.
Oh, okay.
Did you eventually do it?
I thought last time you said since I didn't show that.
I guess I gave you a day in jail.
You did give me time served for that, yes.
All right. In 24201220D. OSC, 1 day, credit 1 day. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you. Week.
You need to stop at the counter.
No.
Okay. I know for the.
Yeah, you do need to stop at the counter regarding the payment.
The
plan.
payment plan for this case, so just check in before you leave.
Would you come up and have a seat? Are you Billy D. Kelly?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kelly, you're charged with retail fraud in the 3rd degree. That's a misdemeanor.
He's charging the 2nd degree, Your Honor.
Oh, charge in the 2nd degree. Prosecutors agreed to reduce that to a charge of retail fraud in the 3rd degree, which is a lesser charge, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Let's take a look at this. Been in jail for 26 days. Retail fraud 3rd degree, as indicated, is punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to. Yeah, he's on the top.
He's on the top. You want me to take this one file?
Yes, please. Let's see what's alleged that you did. It's alleged that you were at the Walmart store and you took stuff worth more than $200. As soon as they saw you come in, they started looking for you. And you took some sporting goods, toys, home management items, $368.50. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, Judge Middleton. I apologize to the court and to Walmart for my actions. I am 59 years old.
Yes.
And I know better than that. It was a birthday gift for my nephew. And I made a bad decision.
Yes.
I sure did. And I apologize to the court and to Walmart. I plan on apologizing to them as soon as I'm.
Did they recover the property?
Yes.
I don't think he left with it.
I never left the store. I am definitely ashamed. I'm 59 years old and I know better.
Yes. You've been struggling. Where are you living?
Right now, I'm homeless.
Yes. Well, I accept the fact that you stole it. I don't think it was a birthday gift. I think it was stuff you were gonna try to sell to get some money. But nonetheless, you admit to taking it without permission. Now, you signed the waiver of the advice of rights. You understand you're giving it
I
the right
gave it
to.
to him, but I didn't have to sign it, sorry.
All right, we got the waiver of the advice of rights. I'm just gonna take judgment. You're gonna be barred from Walmart for 1 year. I give you 26 days credit, 26 days.
Aaron, I would ask the court to consider the time he served in the fines and costs today too.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
26 days credit, 26 days. The fine is 0. I'm gonna waive the attorney fee.
Thank you.
There's $125 of state costs for 2 additional days. Somebody will come post it, you get out, otherwise you got 2 more days to do.
And then if you serve 2 days and you don't want any.
And you're barred from Walmart, but otherwise this matter's over and done with, and I appreciate your admission.
Thank you,
Thank you, Your
sir.
Honor.
All right, let's do Mr. Burns and we'll be,
If we want to make a record on my 2 no-shows while we're waiting for Mr. Burns to come up.
I don't know which ones they are.
Sorry, I didn't know if those were my stack I gave you.
Who are your 2 no-shows?
Sean Haley, he had called the court, and Laura or Jenny, one of them had emailed us about him not having transportation, and trying to walk.
He has some serious health problems also.
Yeah.
All right, who was the other one?
We have Ryan Featherstone, and I have not heard from him. I sent him everything a few
Alright.
weeks ago.
Ryan Featherstone is,
That was a trespass case, so I don't know if he's
yeah, they're often,
homeless or
yes. That was Mr. Kelly.
correct.
Montgomery Burns.
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute, Mr. Burns. I think Kelly has some other unpaid fines and costs, but I could have wiped it out, but I didn't see it. This is file number 251318 SM Robert Dwayne Burns. That's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Take a look at this.
I'm speaking with Mr. Robert this morning, based on the amount of days that Mr. Burns has been in custody, their office is recommending a plea as charged with time served.
I see that, but I'm supposed to give 10 days notice to the complainant. Let's see how much credit he's got.
We went in July 8th. So this has been out there for about a month, so I would ask.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll figure out here. So 25 days credit. Mr. Burns, somebody every day has to be last, and I'm sorry today that was you. I didn't realize you were in custody, or would have tried to get this done ahead of time, but
I appreciate that.
the allegation is that on July 7th, that you assaulted Michaela O'Connor, someone you had a dating relationship with.
Yes, sir.
And that's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. According to this, you're going to enter a plea to that charge, and the prosecutor is recommending that I give you a sentence of time served. Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or threaten you?
No, sir.
Who is this Michaela to you?
Well, currently she's an ex-girlfriend, met on Facebook, and she decided, I was homeless at the time, and she moved me out to live with her.
On that day, did you get in an argument?
On that day that she moved me there?
July 7th.
Yes, we did.
That was your very first day there?
No, sir. No,
Okay,
sir.
but on that day, did you get in an argument and slap her?
It was a push, slap, yes, sir.
She had a red mark under her right eye, multiple bruises on her arms.
I was drunk.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Right, no excuse to that.
All right.
Wasn't in the right state of mind.
Where are you from originally?
Niles, Michigan.
All right, I'm gonna let you out of jail, but you're gonna have to come back for the sentence. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, my option is to leave you in jail until I can set it for sentence.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set it for sentence for September 29th.
It's my birthday.
5. Need to give notice to victim. And police report. I'm going to reduce the bond to, what is it now? $3,000 cash or surety, $3,000 PR with a no contact provision. Ms. Yancey's scheduled to be here on September 29th. Let's set this for September 29th. That's a Monday. At 10:30 for sentence. Jordan, we didn't make it. It's 12:02. If I hadn't taken that 5-minute recess, we would have made it. All right, I'm gonna let you out of jail. No contact with this Michaela.
Yes, sir.
I want you to come back here and deal with this. Now, the recommendation is time served. So if you show up, it's likely I'm just gonna give you the credit for the time that you've served.
Yes, sir.
The crime victim rights statute requires that I set this out at least 10 days. Even though the prosecutor is willing to just do the sentence. It indicates you slapped her in the face and you'd slapped her on an earlier day, which is a object lesson for people that meet somebody over Facebook. Don't move him into your house.
Yes, yes.
You get a guy with an alcohol problem that comes in your house and slaps you around. It's a lose-lose proposition. All right, you're gonna get out of jail, but you need to come back here on September 29th at 10:30.
I understand.
All right, does your lawyer have your contact information?
I can give it to her.
Yeah, I'd like you to do that.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Tony, you got your money's worth this morning. Now, we've got landlord-tenant this afternoon, starting at 1. I don't know if you're gonna stick around and go to lunch at Yoder's, or you're done for the morning.
Yeah, probably.
At their residence.
All right, well, thanks for coming. I'd like to have a more of a chance to talk to you, but I gotta go to do something during the lunch hour. We had some of everything today.
And it says Edward Street.
If you're interested in applying for a job in St. Joe County, there are people maybe here that could use your services. If you can't find a job in East Lansing.
4911.
And then I'm applying for government position.
All right, so I will get this sent.
Yeah, it could take a while.
I will send you notice.
All right, we had a visitor and he
Do I
was
take this with me?
over there and saw a bunch of stuff.
Thank you.
We'll see you in
Headed
about
back to
2 months.
Georgia. Here, the bill is $10.
Yep.
I can pay that.
Yes, sir.
We will end the live stream. And we'll be back. All three of today's cases are first sessions. When we had Tuesday were all second sessions. And there were some wrinkles to them. Or how about a retitle the live streams? Or how about a retitle the live stream? All right, we're just gonna change the title. I never closed the record out. All right, we stopped the record, restarted it. I don't know if Ms. Salisbury's still in discovery. John Bush is our attorney at 125. We'll bring him in a minute. Get my desk cleaned up. And let's bring our parties on. Welcome back, Ms. Salisbury. Did you complete discovery with Mr. Hackler?
I did, yes, he's complied.
Well, let's talk about your other case, which is Omni Credit Union versus Scott Wiki. File number here is 23900GC. This is a very large for district court standards. It's close to $25,000. The judgment entered some time ago. The hearing was set for today, and the defendant was personally served by Sergeant Bruce Morse at his address. He has failed to appear. I called the lobby to see whether he were here, and he is not. What's your preference, Ms. Salisbury, to set a show cause when you're here next, or something more dramatic?
If the court would entertain a bench warrant to get Mr. Wicken here to get some updates, I note that he has changed addresses and I have not heard from him.
Did we have a previous discovery hearing in this case?
It was almost 2 years ago, looks like. And again, it looks like he was brought in on a bench warrant.
Yes, he was. So he knows what the deal is. I'm gonna previous bench warrant. If you can't pay, you can't pay. At least show up for the discovery hearing. Do a bench warrant. Bond of $500 cash only. May be applied to the debt. No show cause. Previous failed to appear, resulting in a bench warrant which was served. He was personally served and failed to appear here today, so I'm not gonna do the show cause. We're just gonna go right to the warrant. And you know what to do, which I appreciate. All right, maybe sometime soon you'll win a free trip to Centerville and come here in person, but we were able to take care of our business in 24 minutes, and that's pretty good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'll see you next time. All right, good afternoon, everyone else. We're ready to start our landlord-tenant docket, hopefully. Meg Bauer is with us today. We didn't have her on Wednesday or Tuesday, my weird off day. But we're back on schedule for a while, Meg. We won't have landlord-tenant Monday.
Thank goodness, 'cause I'm in 1,000 different places on Monday.
And
It's all about me.
but we'll be back next Friday, which is our go-to day for here. So let's see what we got. Yeah, August 8th. And I thought I'd really get my money's worth on Monday. I have a dental hygienist appointment at 9 and a doctor's appointment in the afternoon, so. Yes? Oh, he did?
Yeah, you couldn't get logged in.
Would you call Stacy Salisbury?
Yes.
Oh, also, call this guy and get his email address.
Email?
And then call Miss Salisbury. All right, then call Miss Salisbury and ask her if she would log back in as soon as she can. Our first matter is Memory Lane Mobile Home Park versus Heather Adams and Wayne Reynolds. They were both personally served. This matter is scheduled for a hearing on a demand for non-payment of rent. Defendants are not here. The manager, Chris Corpening, is here, and John Bush is here on behalf of defendants. Rent is over $1,000 a month. It must be lot and unit. Mr. Bush, what's the status here?
Your Honor, I apologize. I don't have the typical summary. It didn't make it through the cracks this week. Currently, no payments have been made, so the rent arrearage is $8,880.
$8,880.
We have $320 of late fees. And we have costs of $181.20.
What does that add up to?
$9,431.20.
Ms. Corpening, are they still there?
Yes, they are, Your Honor.
Have you heard from them?
No, I have not.
Well, we've got another one, so we'll let the clock tick for a minute and see whether they show up. Otherwise, they're subject to default. They were personally served. The debt is substantial. Unlikely they're going to be able to get any emergency assistance in that substantial amount. The rent got quite far behind. So the date for the writ, John, would be 10 days from today, which would be August 11th. Yeah, usually I have your judgment and your accounting sheet, but I don't have a judgment.
We'll have to send that, Your Honor.
All right. You got out of there in pretty good time this morning. We didn't finish the pretrials until 12:02. We took 20 pleas, which is a record for me.
Miss Harden was busy.
Jordan had 13. But I may have missed one or two. All right, next is 1:30. And this defendant doesn't appear to be here either. Memory Lane Mobile Home Park. Here's Matthew's phone. Let's see who this is. That would be Mr. Are you Matthew Fenwick?
Yes.
Let me give you a full name here. Mr. Fenwick, you're here on a landlord-tenant matter. The file number is 251393. Your landlord, Memory Lane Mobile Home Park, contends that your rent is delinquent about $3,500 or more. We'll talk about that in a minute. As a defendant in a landlord-tenant proceeding, including non-payment of rent proceedings, you have the following legal rights. You have the right to obtain counsel for representation in this matter. If you cannot afford an attorney, a legal aid attorney may be available to help you, and or you can seek other legal representation. Meg Bauer from Legal Aid is here with us now. If the action is for non-payment of rent, such as this is, you may be able to receive assistance from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, local coordinated entry agency, that's Community Action Agency, Housing Assessment and Resource Agency. That's Neighborhoods, Inc. Or if you're a veteran, you could be eligible for some veterans programs. Frankly, none of those agencies have very much money right now. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you do want a jury trial, you must tell the court at this first appearance, be prepared to pay the $50 jury demand fee, or file the jury demand in writing using court form MC 22, pay the $50 jury demand fee, or ask the court to waive the fee if you're unable to pay it. If you're, oh, I already went through that. You do not need a judgment against you to get assistance from the places listed above. A copy of the summons and complaint from your case are sufficient. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord by going through local community dispute resolution program, mediation. If both parties are interested, the court can help set that up. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord that means the case would get dismissed. Court must provide you with the information regarding a conditional order of dismissal. What's the current arrearage here, Mr. Bush?
It's my understanding no payments have been made. Rent is $4,535. There's late fees of $240. There would be costs of $181.20.
And what is that total?
$4,956.20.
Mr. Fenwick, what's your position here?
I haven't spoke with the landlord yet because I was hospitalized for most of June with double pneumonia, and then I spent July recovering. I'm looking at the paper here, and the paper that I was served, and it says that the total rent due now is $3,415.
Yeah, we added in the month of August.
Oh, okay. As far as that goes, I just recently was able to get a job, and I also applied for assistance through DHS. So I should be able to pay it off in the next month.
All right. When you have applied for assistance, John, we're supposed to continue it for 2 weeks. So I'm not sure whether to give you that much, but you had some medical issues. The 15. That would be in the morning. Let's see, John, I don't know if you're scheduled to be here.
Excuse me, what day are you aiming for, Judge?
Friday, August 15th
In the
at
morning?
10:30.
Let me check. It looks like I have a criminal matter at 8:30 that morning, so we can probably work around that.
All right, will 10:30 work?
It should, yes.
All right. All right, now, Mr. Fenwick, my advice is a couple things. You stop in and check in with your manager, Ms. Corpening. She's been there for a long time. She knows what the deal is. Tell her what your circumstance is. You may need some paperwork from her regarding this emergency financial assistance. I've adjourned this 2 weeks rather than 1, but let me caution you, if they get what they ask for on August 15th, I'm going to give you 10 days to pay the rent or you would be subject to being evicted. So that gives you till August 25th and you owe about $5,000. I'm sorry about your medical circumstances, but the rent's been unpaid for several months and now we've concluded rent for July and August in here. So stay in contact with your manager, let her know any of the information you get from possible funding sources. And we will revisit this at 10:30 in the morning on August 15th. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Salisbury, could you check in for a minute? Mr. Wiki called at 1:24. He was unable to log in. So once I finish this next landlord-tenant matter, I'm going to call him. I'm going to send him an invite to join, see if I can get him in here and get your discovery conducted. So
Okay.
give me 5 minutes and I'll take care of this next landlord-tenant matter. Oh, I forgot, John. In Adams and Reynolds, John, if you would send me a default judgment in that amount. They never showed up. We have one more scheduled landlord-tenant matter. entitled Deidre Robinson versus Skylar Ballard, Wallman Drive, Sturgis. Mr. Tim George is here for the plaintiff. Are you Skylar Ballard?
Yes, Judge.
Your landlord is asking you to move. This has been filed as a termination of tenancy. A notice to quit was served in May, and then they filed this formal complaint on June 19th, and now we're into the month of August. From my records, it shows that there is no lease. So in a termination of tenancy case, they're not asking you to pay money, they're asking you to move. And in such a case, you have a right to have legal representation. You can hire an attorney of your own choosing. We don't have court-appointed counsel in landlord-tenant cases, but legal aid may be available to help you. And one of the representatives from legal aid is here today, Attorney Megan Bauer. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you want a jury trial, you must tell the court at this first appearance or file a demand in writing within 5 days and pay the $50 jury demand fee unless the court waives it for your inability to pay it. You may be able to reach an agreement outside of court with the landlord, which would result in what's called a conditional order of dismissal. Or if both parties are interested, we could attempt to refer the matter to mediation for a mediated settlement. Mr. George, what's the status here?
It's my understanding, Your Honor, that Miss Ballard may be out of the home. My client is not local, so she's kind of relying on individuals that live in the neighborhood. So she doesn't have firsthand information about that, but that is her understanding that Miss Ballard may have moved.
Ms. Ballard, have you left?
I'm waiting on some transportation out of the home today. I've been working with Neighborhood Inc. I have a friend that go stay with her. I just am waiting to get in touch with everybody. So I'm still here currently, but diligently trying to get out here.
All right, well, here are our options. We could just agree that you would move within 10 days, or what the law requires is that I adjourn this matter 7 days to next Friday. And at that point, I would order that you move within 10 days. But this would place an eviction on your record. If you could reach a conditional order of dismissal that you agree to move by 10 days from now, it would save that from showing as an eviction.
So I wouldn't have the eviction on my record if I can within the 10 days.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Is that acceptable to you, Mr. George?
I'd have to discuss that with my client, Your Honor, but we can set it for the second hearing, and if there's something that we can agree to, I can make sure that I prepare that and get that sent to the court.
All right. Right now, I'm going to reschedule this for next Friday. If you vacate in a timely manner, they could file what's called a conditional order of dismissal. Now, this hearing is not for money damages. It's just for possession. If you move out, you need to turn in the keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days. You need to give that to the landlord. That triggers the security deposit law. And then if they are going to argue about money, that would be at a separate hearing. So let's reschedule this as a safe course of action for next Friday.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm going to be out next week. Is it possible to do the 11th, or are you booked up that day?
No, I think we're okay for the 11th. Let's take a look. Okay. 2 o'clock on August 11th.
That works for me, Your Honor.
Now, if the matter is resolved with a conditional order of dismissal, nobody needs to come. If not, I will see you on August 11th.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Can I go into a breakout room with Miss Ballard so I can get her phone number?
Yes.
Thank you.
That way he can talk to you regarding possible contact for this conditional order of dismissal. So let me put, Meg, that's it for landlord-tenant today.
Thank you, Judge. And I am sorry I missed you on Tuesday. They ended up sending me to Lansing for training on artificial intelligence in the law. So interesting stuff, but
Isn't it scary?
it is. Yeah.
Skylar could join that room. It's scary how much it's going to transform the practice of law. And the lawyers that are going to be at the top of the heap are the ones that know how to use artificial intelligence. Just click the button that says join, Miss Salisbury. Do you see that? I mean, Miss Ballard. There she goes. Nope.
Oh. No.
Do you see the button that says join?
No, I don't see.
Let me see whether you're in there. Oops, I put Miss Salisbury in there. I don't want her in there.
Thank you, Judge.
No, I don't want her in there. Sorry, Stacy, you stay with me. All right. Meg,
I'll get out of
you're
here.
good to-
Yeah. Thanks, Judge. I'll see you next week.
All right, now, Miss Salisbury, I'm gonna attempt to call this Mr. Wiki. And see what his deal is, and then I'll attempt to send him something where he can join.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Is this Scott Wiki?
This is Scott Wiki.
All right, this is Judge Middleton. I'm here at the courthouse. I'm on the bench. Attorney Stacy Salisbury is with us by Zoom. You didn't show up for your hearing and I was ready to issue a bench warrant for your arrest. Then 24 minutes later, they indicated you had called. I'm going to send you an invitation to your email address. I want you to click on that and it should connect you to our court hearing. Okay?
Okay, I sent all the documentations they're asking for to Stacy Salisbury.
Yes.
I sent all that stuff to her on 12/28 of 2023 when they first filed. Like I tried doing all this.
Well,
stuff already.
that's 2 years ago. The circumstances have changed.
I never heard back from them.
Well, you've heard from them. You heard from them now, so they're gonna. I'm gonna
Well,
put
yeah,
you.
now. I'm saying I sent all this to them and I never heard from them.
Well, you heard from them now, so.
Okay.
All right, now, hopefully you'll be able to click on this. Are there capital letters? It's just your name or case?
It's just my name.
Oops. iCloud. All right, that should pop up on your screen and you should be able to just click on it and join our hearing. All right, I'm gonna hang this phone up.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Thank you for your patience, Ms. Salisbury, but I did want to try to accomplish this. All right, good afternoon. Are you Scott Wiki?
I am Scott Wiki.
All right, we've met before, but I need to identify you for the record. We were able to make a connection. I'm going to ask you if you'd please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm any information you provide to Ms. Salisbury in the course of this discovery hearing will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
I do.
All right, I'm going to put you in the breakout room. And Stacy, you're already in there. All you need to do is both click join. I'll be here, Ms. Salisbury, if you need my help.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Are you in there? There she goes. All right, this is the part where I sit here and twiddle my thumbs while they talk. Well, that's a lot better than a bench warrant. All right, Mr. Heckler, Mr. Wiki, Ms. Ballard. Continue to Monday, August 11th. That completes our landlord-tenant docket. Hopefully our civil docket and our extensive criminal docket. Monday is just back to work as usual. I have to work all 5 days next week, which will be hard. In the meantime, I'm going to clean some of these things up and wait for, see if I'm needed for anything. Hi, Shana speaking. I see several things in there with my name on them for arraignment at 1:30. Am I supposed to do those? Okay. All right, thanks. Okay, bye. All right, Judge P gets all those, so good for him. A lot. The magistrate's not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what he gets for not having pre-trials this morning.